Hi there viewers, I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to explore AVG VPN. As you can see, we're currently on the home page. It displays various subscription plans, such as the 1-year and 2-year options, along with their monthly rates. But there's also a very interesting feature here that you can see. Try it for 60 days, pay $0. This means you can use it for 60 days with absolutely zero payment. I haven't seen such a long trial period offered by any other VPN service I've come across. This is truly impressive and deserves a lot of praise. So let's scroll down a bit. We selected Try it for 60 days from here. Now you'll need to download it. I've already downloaded the file, but you can download it yourself right here by clicking Download Free Trial for PC. Once you click, an exe file will begin downloading automatically. After that, simply double-click the file to complete the download and installation. Once you visit AVG's main site, you will arrive here. As you can see, there's an option for Login to AVG My Account right here. When I enter my account, this interface appears. I will check Keep Me Signed In and click Continue. After clicking Continue, you'll see a control center like this. However, there is nothing currently in this control center. It's completely empty. Down here, you have options for Secure Browser, Password Generator, and Customer Support. If I click here, you'll find Order History. Here you can see a record of your order history. Next is My Subscriptions. Since my subscription was purchased through the Play Store, nothing is being displayed here. Within Account Settings, you won't see much either because I'm using a 7-day trial purchased from the Play Store. I actually paid the full amount for this 7-day trial just so I could create this video and explore these features with you. Alright, let's not delay and move directly to the application. We have downloaded the app and it is right here on our desktop. As you can see, I have logged into the application. It has a very minimal interface. There's a subtle reddish gradient at the top, along with a map of countries. It's currently showing as not connected. Looking at the options, first we have anonymous browsing, then streaming and traveling. After that, there's the browser extension. It shows that it is added to Google Chrome, but not to Microsoft Edge. If I go to the device section, you'll see that I can add this to my mobile device and up to 4 other devices. They have provided that option here. If you enter your email, the download link will be sent directly there. Next, you can customize which shortcuts you want to keep here. If I select these and save, they will be added to the side menu. Now, let's check the menu function. Here you can see my email address. Clicking Go to Account will take you back to the browser. Below that is the Enter Activation Code option. If you have an activation code, you can use it to activate the service here. Upon clicking the Activation Code section, you can see my 7-day trial, which expires on April 8th. It also displays the product key and the subscription owner's email. It notes that it can be installed on 4 more devices, meaning a total of 5 devices can be used with this application. So if we come into the settings here, you'll see a very minimal set of settings. Within General, there are options for notifications, startup, language, and privacy preferences. Next is VPN mode. Here you can see the option to turn on VPN automatically when connected to the internet. You can check these boxes according to your needs. Okay, this is an essential setting. Here you can see Activate Kill Switch. If you need the Kill Switch feature, you can turn it on. And if you need local device access, as mentioned here, printers, shared devices, private networks. If you need NAS access, you can enable this to access your NAS. If you keep it disabled while connected, NAS access won't be available. However, I believe if you want to get the pure full potential of the VPN, you should definitely keep it disabled. Keep it just like this. Okay, there are 4 protocols here. Wait, sorry, there are 3 protocols. Automatic is the one that selects the best service currently available. It's the recommended protocol for maximum speed and security. Then there's the highly popular WireGuard, followed by Mimic, and then OpenVPN. Personally, I prefer their automatic recommended option, but you can try WireGuard or the others to see what works for you. So that was a very minimalistic interface and settings menu. There isn't anything complicated or an excessive number of menu functions. Now let's take a look. First, we see Denmark. Here you can see some specific options like optimized for P2P file transfers. You'll notice that for P2P file transfers, countries like Australia, Japan, Netherlands, Spain, and the United States have been categorized separately. And under available locations, you'll find that several cities have been added for Australia. For Canada, there are 4 cities. For France, 2 cities are included. And for Germany, there are 4 or 5 cities added in the same way. All right, let's get started. First, we can see there are about 25 cities or servers available within the United States. So we're starting with New York. Let's see what kind of speed we get there. I've connected to it, and from here I'll open an incognito window. I'll run the tests in incognito mode to show you. First, I'm heading over to hua.net. From here, I want to check the quality of this IP. We'll check the speed in a moment. As you can see, it's hosted via an Amazon VPS, so it's definitely a data center IP. You can see the host name right here. It's a data center IP. All right, now it's important to note that there's no ad blocker here. You can see ads appearing, which confirms that no ad blocker is active. There isn't any separate ad blocking provided here. There might be an option for it, but enabling it probably requires a separate payment. Alright, now let's go to Speed Test by Ookla and see the situation there. We've entered the site and the Amazon IP is detected. Let's start the speed test and see what kind of results we get. I'll close this. You can see ads popping up from all sides. Now the speed isn't going very high. We've seen much better speeds on many other servers before this. I'm not getting great speed on this one. It reached about 22 Mbps. Still, I'd say it's decent, but the ping is very high. This high of a ping wasn't expected. However, we can see the upload speed is quite good. This is likely because they've offered a lot of trials leading to a high number of users on their server. A 2-month trial is a big deal, so many people are probably testing it out, which is why the server is under such a heavy load. So, what we'll do is stay on a page with an ad blocker to avoid any issues. This time we're going to change the country. Let's check one of the optimized P2P connections, Australia. Let's see what kind of speed we get there. As you can see, Australia is now connected. Notice that once connected, the red glowing theme of the application has switched to a green gradient vibe. You can see it right at the top. Alright, let's test this one too. Going to hua.net. Okay, we're now connected to Sydney, Australia. Now let's run a speed test and see what the results look like. I'll enlarge this so you can see better. Closing this window. The speed for this IP is rising very quickly. It's already crossed 200, then 250. Yes, with speeds like this, it's already over 300 plus. Now this is what I'd call a good speed. It's even reaching up to 400. This kind of speed is fine, but the previous IP we tested was just not acceptable. If the speed stays like this, I'd say yes, it's a good VIP. Sorry, I meant good VPN. Alright, let's see what the next country is. We've tested Australia, now let's check another one from the optimized list. I'm connecting to the United States again, as these are the ones we need most often. In fact, for various tasks, American IPs are usually the most required when using a VPN. We can see it's now connected to a server in San Jose, USA, under GTT Communications. The IP quality looks excellent, and the anonymity level is at 90%, which is a very good sign. Now, let's head over to the speed test to see what kind of results we get here. The speed test is just starting up. I'll start by allowing the location permission first. As we can see, the ping here is quite high. On these American IPs, I'm noticing that the speed is climbing a bit slowly compared to others, but it is definitely rising, just at a slower pace. However, the ping is super high. At 409, it's actually quite a lot. Even so, the download speed has picked up well, reaching nearly 200 megabits per second. It hit 199.99, just a tiny fraction away from 200. The upload speed is also relatively good. It's almost reached 100 megabits per second. Okay, it just crossed 100, which is quite impressive. Now let's check another country. Instead of selecting from the optimal locations, I'll choose from the non-optimal ones. I'm selecting Bulgaria here. It's connecting, and now Bulgaria's connected. Let's take a look at the IP details. The IP looks great, Sofia, Bulgaria, and the anonymity level is also excellent. This is beautiful. As we can see, the IP quality here is very high. If anyone wants to try this out, you can use it for free for 2 months. A 2-month free trial is a superb option. Now, looking at the speed test for this location, the latency is also quite high here at 465. The speed is rising, though it's picking up very slowly. It has now crossed the 100 megabits per second mark. Once it passes 100, it's generally good enough. You'll be able to handle all your regular tasks smoothly. However, you might face some issues with gaming because the ping is so high. Playing online games could be a bit problematic. Aside from that, the upload speed looks good enough. You'll be able to make video calls perfectly, including HD calls and even video conferences if needed. As you can see, the download speed is also quite decent, so I find this acceptable. Now let's move on to another country. I'll share Mexico with you. I'm intentionally picking countries that we don't typically check often, just to see how the overall VPN quality holds up. To get a clear picture, I'm specifically selecting countries that aren't commonly used or aren't usually a priority. I want to test those specific regions. Perhaps testing these will truly reveal the condition of the VPN. Here we can see that it's hosted on an Amazon virtual IP in Mexico. Now let's see the results. Since it's an Amazon IP, I expect it to perform well. The anonymity level was also very good. Let's go ahead and run the speed test. As you can see, it is connecting now. The ping is super high, 455. I have to mention that I've experienced quite high pings with this VPN in several locations. In this instance, on this specific IP, we can see the speed is reaching around 70 to 75 megabits per second. This is exactly why I'm showing you these specific countries, to give you an idea of the minimum speeds this VPN delivers. While you've already seen how high the speed can go on certain IPs in previous tests, my main goal here is to show you the lower end performance. Now let's select another country. We often need an Indian connection, so let's connect to the Indian server. Let's see what kind of speed we get on the Indian server. First, we'll check the IP status on hua.net. We can see it's connected to New Delhi, India via GSL networks. The anonymity level is in excellent condition, it isn't blacklisted, and everything looks great. Let's run the speed test now. It's currently pairing with a server in Sydney. As we look at the results, the IP speed is superb. Honestly, I didn't expect to get such a high speed on an Indian IP. The ping is 139 milliseconds, which you can play games reasonably well with, though it's not perfect. It would be much better if it were under 100, but 139 is still acceptable. The download speed is in great condition. We are getting very good results here. Instead of wasting more time, let's switch to another location. Let's go to Pakistan. The upload speed for the Indian server was 266 megabits per second, which was very impressive. We will check the IP on hua.net and then run the speed test for Pakistan. It is connected to Islamabad, Pakistan via GSL networks. This is definitely a virtual IP, and you can see Avast is clearly mentioned in the host name. Now let's check the speed. It's using the same ISP pairing that we saw with the Indian server. You can see the speed for Pakistan is climbing quite slowly. The ping has changed significantly and is in much worse condition at 437 milliseconds. The download speed is hitting around 105 megabits per second. The upload speed is also struggling a bit to go up. It's climbing slowly and feels a bit forced. However, it's not as bad as I initially thought. It reached about 75 megabits per second before starting to fluctuate downward. Let's check one more country. I hope this has given you a basic understanding of the speeds you can expect. To keep the video concise, we will conclude with the speed test for Ukraine. Talking about the downsides, there are no SOX 5 options and no separate WireGuard configurations have been provided. Checking HUA, the anonymity level for Kiev, Ukraine is very good. While they provide applications for mobile, I believe having SOC 5 or OpenVPN configurations would have allowed us to use it directly on a router. That said, they are offering a 2-month free trial, so don't miss out on this opportunity. Give it a full trial for 2 months. After you do, please leave a comment on this video about your experience. That's all for today. If you like the video and want to learn more about VPNs and routers, please subscribe to our channel. We will continue to bring you informative content like this, so please keep supporting us. Allah Hafiz. Ta-ta, goodbye.